Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to follow me on social media. There are links in the description below. It almost feels like a bit of a fever dream. A fever pitch? No, it's definitely a fever dream. It's weird getting news like this every single day. If you saw, I know some videos I can be more intense than others. And I know that there was one recently where I was literally basically screaming I don't know how much longer things and the market can hold on. If you missed that video, the adoption rate is a little weird. We have MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is constantly buying $500 million, $1 billion, $1.4 billion worth of Bitcoin all the time. It's like, cool it. We recently had news about another company called Capital 21, which is a merger, I believe, of three companies who are going to go public. And the CEO is Jack Mallers, the guy who stood on stage in El Salvador years ago when he was discussing that they were going to make Bitcoin legal tender. And their entire focus as a company is basically buy Bitcoin, create products and things from the company, and when we get money from that, buy more Bitcoin. Their entire purpose is to increase BPS, Bitcoin per share, for their shareholders. Another company then came out called the Blockchain Group, who basically kind of had the same exact mantra as them and Metaplanet, basically announcing that they're going to accumulate as much Bitcoin as humanly possible. The problem is that we are already running out of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy said this was a couple of days ago. I don't remember the exact date, and everything always blends together. Michael Saylor was talking about the actual scarcity of Bitcoin. And he was saying that everyone's going to follow in their footsteps. If you remember the other video, and it's really telling because it's all actually happening. You would normally assume we'd have a couple of months of a breather. No. The idea basically being MicroStrategy, when they announced that they were going to start to buy Bitcoin, people were like, oh, that digital thing? Okay, that sounds kind of cool. And since then, their company's stock has risen by 3,000%. 3,000%, their stock. I think the Blockchain Group, I think their stock went up by 700%. And I believe Metaplanet also went up by 1,500, which is a crazy number. The average number that you would normally get in the stock per year is a good 10, maybe 15%. People in crypto are used to very insane numbers. We're used to that coin only went up by 4,000%. We're used to crazy numbers. That's not normal numbers in the stock market. You're usually 10, 15% is you did exceptionally well this year. He said other companies are going to be forced to follow us. They won't have a choice. If you have a company that's not really doing too well, you're going to need to adopt Bitcoin as a treasury, and that'll make your stock and your valuation actually end up going up. So one of the ideas that I said before he said that was 3 weeks ago, I don't know. So when we heard that Capital 21 was launching, I tried to keep it cool, but I know I'm very eccentric. And I said in the video, I said everyone else is going to do the exact same thing. The olden days of us hoping that companies would even look at the space are long gone. They know what Bitcoin is, they know what crypto is, and they're going to buy everything. A lot of the human mind, and I think it's because of the world that we live in, it's almost impossible to imagine scarcity. Your grandparents probably could have easily imagined it if they lived through a multitude of other periods, but people were used to having their own farms. growing their own stuff. What you made is what you got. Now we have supermarkets. We have constant places where you can go to like get things in abundance whenever you want, however you want. You know that all food doesn't grow or shouldn't grow year round. Like things are actually seasonal. I'm telling you all these things because we are used to abundance now. So when you hear me say like crypto scarcity, you understand numbers, but you can't simplify in your head the idea of there only ever being 21 million apples. Ever. And any family who owns those apples, they have the apples forever. They can eat those apples for the rest of eternity. As long in this instance, apples don't rot, but you understand what I'm saying. Another company has come forward. They are called Amber International. Apparently, they provide crypto financial services and will be operating under the name of Amber Premium. They've decided to do a little bit of a shift and go away from just offering financial services for crypto to actually creating their own cryptocurrency reserve. Same as MicroStrategy, the blockchain company, Meta, Planet Strategy, Capital, you get it. They're going to start with 100 million US dollars. According to the statement, Amber International announced that it has launched a $100 million crypto ecosystem reserve. Here's the interesting part. It's not just Bitcoin. They stated that the reserve will include BTC, Ether, Binance Coin, Solana, Sui, and XRP, and they will be expanding further in the coming months. They said the reserve strategy will initially focus on high conviction digital assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Solana, Sui, and XRP, and will have flexibility to allocate funds to other assets as well as we expand to other ecosystem compatible tokens. You know, they're not the only company doing this, and this is the last point. One of the confusing parts in crypto for a lot of people is that just because someone doesn't announce it doesn't mean that it's not happening. In crypto, usually people get riled up whenever we hear explicitly someone stand on stage and say, "This is happening." But you know, behind the scenes, there are hundreds of other companies who are also like accumulating, but they don't want to be known. They don't want to stand on a pedestal to let their, I almost said opponents, rivals or whatever, know what they're doing. All the crypto on exchanges is rapidly disappearing. It's going into wallets that only have accumulated since 2011. So now we have another company who has announced that they're going to be creating another crypto reserve. I will logically assume by the end of this year, if not the start of the next, this will probably have $300, $400 to $500 million worth of crypto in it. I think a lot of people don't realize that they're running out of time. They don't understand that the scarcity is a real thing and that every company is involved at this point. The fact that we have, and I say this in the most logical way possible, the fact that BlackRock is in the space and people within crypto don't understand the actual gravity of that, like they have their own gravitational force of them being in the market. You have to buy crypto as a company, and I dare say as an individual, or you are going to be left behind. This isn't a game. There's very big money at stake. We have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap that's not waiting for you, your friends, or your family. If you don't act soon, you're going to be left behind. That is the nicest way of me being able to say that. They're called the Amber Group. I was way off. It's Amber International and Amber Premium. Yeah, good luck, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you got something from the video. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.